Next, we can discuss the dynamics of rotational motion about a fixed axis. So under this concept, now we will discuss work done by a torque. In order to find out an expression for work done by a torque, we need to consider a figure. So here we are considering a Cartesian coordinate system xy, and a particle is executing a circular motion through this curved path. Initially, let P1 be the position of the particle, and a line drawn from origin to this P1 will be the position vector of particle at P1, and after a time t, the particle will reach the point P1 prime. Okay, so a force has been applied on the particle P1. A force F1 is applied on the particle at P1. Due to that applied force, the particle has been displaced to P1 prime. So this is the distance traveled, or this is the displacement. So let that displacement be denoted by ds. And here also a line drawn from origin to this P1 prime forms its position vector R1 prime. And let this angle be theta. Let this small angle be d theta. Okay. Now here, this is the displacement vector ds, and this is the force. And let phi 1 be the angle between force and displacement. Also, here you can see another angle. If we extend this R1 like this, an angle is formed here, and let this angle be alpha 1. Okay, and we can see this alpha 1 and this phi 1 is equal to 90 degree. Alpha 1 plus phi 1 is equal to 90 degree. Therefore, phi 1 is equal to 90 minus alpha 1, and we require this expression in the coming sessions. Now, we can derive the expression for force. Now we can derive an expression for work done. So here, a force F1 has been applied on the particle P1. As a result, it has been displaced from P1 to P1 prime. ds is the displacement. Force is here, displacement is here. So a work is said to be done, and that work done is found using this equation. dW is equal to force F1 dot ds. Because we had already studied, work done is defined as the dot product of force and displacement. So here force is F1, ds is the displacement. So work done will be F1 dot ds. Okay, and we know A dot B is AB cos theta. So F1 dot ds is equal to F1 ds cos theta. Theta is the angle between two vectors. Okay, so here which is the angle between F1 and ds? It is not theta. Just look at the figure, you will get the angle between F1 and ds. So this is F1. This is F1 and this is ds. So the angle between F1 and ds is phi 1. So here you can write dW is equal to F1 ds cos phi 1. Okay, because phi 1 is the angle between F1 and ds, equal to F1 ds cos, what is phi 1? Here we already got phi 1 is equal to 90 minus alpha 1. So just substitute phi 1 is equal to 90 minus alpha 1. Cos 90 minus theta is sin theta. So cos 90 minus alpha 1 will be sin alpha 1. So we can rearrange this expression like this, equal to F1 ds sin alpha 1. Again, what is ds? See, ds is the displacement, and we could obtain another expression for ds by the arc radius relation. What is arc radius relation? Angle subtended by the arc is equal to arc by radius. So here this ds can be considered as an arc, and angle subtended by this arc ds is d theta. So arc, according to arc radius relation, we can write angle d theta is equal to arc length ds by radius. Radius vector is this r1. R1 can be considered as the radius vector r1. So from this we will get ds is equal to r1 d theta. Okay, so just substitute that expression here. So you will get dw work done, dw equal to f1. Instead of ds we can write r1 d theta into sine alpha 1. Okay, so this is dw. Now we can just rearrange this expression like this. Therefore dw is equal to r1 f1 d theta. Sorry, instead of d theta we can write r1 f1 sine alpha 1 d theta. Let this be our equation number 1. So the work done dw equal to r1 f1 sine alpha 1 d theta. Okay, so let this be our expression for work done. You must remember this expression. Now I am going to rub all these concepts, and in the next session we are going to write the expression for torque. Okay, so we need this expression dw equal to r1 f1 sine alpha 1 d theta for the coming sessions. So we already got an expression, that is dw is equal to r1 f1 sine alpha 1 d theta. Now what is torque? Expression for torque is R cross F. We had already studied about the expression for torque in our previous sessions. So torque is equal to R cross F equal to RF sine theta, isn't it? Where theta is the angle between R and F. So here in this case we can replace this, or we can just modify this expression like this. Instead of R we can write R1, instead of F we can write F1, and instead of theta we can write alpha 1. So a torque can be written as R1 F1 sine alpha 1. Okay, so alpha 1 was the angle between R1 and F. Okay, just remember that figure. So if you want you can just rewind the video and then note down the figure. It's very important. So this is the expression for torque, R1 F1 sine alpha 1. Let this be our equation number 2 and let this be our equation number 1. Here it is written torque is equal to R1 F1 sine alpha 1. So instead of this R1 F1 sine alpha 1 we can write torque tau. So just substitute 2 in 1. Whenever you substitute 2 in 1 you will get dw is equal to tau d theta. Instead of R1 F1 sine alpha 1 we can substitute the torque. Okay, so we got the expression for work done by the torque. What is the expression for work done by torque? Work done dw is equal to tau d theta. See, so this is the expression for work done by a torque. The role played by force in the linear motion is replaced by torque in rotational motion. Tau is the total torque acting on the body. Now what is the rate of work done by the torque? So rate of work, to find out the rate of work done by the torque, you must divide the expression by dt. So here divide the LHS by dt, so you will get dw by dt equal to tau into d theta by dt. Okay, and what is dw by dt? dw by dt is the rate of work done, and you had already studied that is equal to power. So dw by dt is equal to power and equal to tau into d theta by dt. What is d theta by dt? You had already learnt in the previous slides. D theta by dt is omega, angular velocity. So we will get power p equal to tau omega. This is also another expression for power. And this is the expression for power in rotational motion. So two important expressions have been discussed here. Work done by the torque dW equal to tau into d theta. Also the power in rotational motion P is equal to tau omega. Okay, and what is angular acceleration? Angular acceleration alpha is equal to d omega by dt. Okay, children. Next, we can discuss relation between torque and angular acceleration. So, in order to find out the relation between torque and angular acceleration, we need to understand one concept, that is, the rate at which work is done on the body is equal to the rate at which kinetic energy increases. It's very common thing, because whenever we do some work on the body, its velocity changes, and whenever its velocity changes, its kinetic energy also changes. So if we do more work on a body, its velocity increases, and the rate at which the kinetic energy increases is equal to the rate at which work is done. Okay, so we can write the rate at which work is done. Rate at which work is done is dW by dt, that is equal to the rate at which kinetic energy increases. Okay, and to be more specific, it is rotational kinetic energy. And what is the expression for rotational kinetic energy? See, kinetic energy for linear motion is half mv square, but kinetic energy for rotational motion is half I omega square. Here in the rotational motion, moment of inertia plays the role of mass, and angular velocity omega plays the role of velocity, linear velocity v. So in rotational motion, the expression for kinetic energy is half I omega square. It's not half mv square. And here we are discussing about rotational motion. That's why torque and angular acceleration is there. So dW by dt is equal to d by dt of what is kinetic energy? Kinetic energy is half I omega square, isn't it? And that is equal to moment of inertia I is a constant. So half I is constant. We can take it outside the differential operator d by dt. Then we are differentiating omega square with respect to t. That means we are applying the differential operator on omega square. And you need to study this derivation by heart. Derivative of omega square is 2 omega d omega by dt. Derivative of omega square is 2 omega d omega by dt. Okay, so just substitute that expression here. So you will get equal to half I into what is d by dt of omega square? D by dt of omega square is 2 omega d omega by dt. This 2 and 2 will cancel, and you are left with I omega into d omega by dt. And what is d omega by dt? We have already studied d omega by dt is angular acceleration alpha. And you got dw by dt is equal to I omega into alpha, and dw by dt is the power p. So power p is equal to I omega into alpha. Okay. Then we had already studied in the previous expression, we had studied power p equal to tau omega. So just substitute power p equal to tau omega here. So what you will get? Whenever you substitute power p equal to tau omega, you will get tau omega equal to I omega into alpha. Omega will cancel. Then you are left with tau is equal to I alpha. Tau is equal to I alpha. So this is also another important expression for torque in terms of angular acceleration. So this is the relation between torque and angular acceleration. What is the relation? Torque, tau is equal to I alpha, where I is the moment of inertia and alpha is the angular acceleration. Torque tau equal to I alpha. Okay. So this is a comparison of linear motion and rotational motion. In linear motion, displacement is denoted by x, but in rotational motion it is angular displacement theta. In linear motion, velocity is dx by dt, but angular velocity is d theta by dt. Acceleration, linear acceleration is dv by dt. Angular acceleration is d omega by dt. Mass is m, but in rotational motion, mass is replaced by moment of inertia. In linear motion, force is F is equal to ma, but in rotational motion, force is replaced by torque I alpha. Work done W, dw equal to F ds, and here work done is dot d theta. And kinetic energy K is equal to half mv square, but in rotational motion, kinetic energy K equal to half I omega square. In linear motion, power P equal to F into V. In rotational motion, power P equal to 2 omega. In linear motion, momentum is mv. In rotational motion, momentum is L is equal to, angular momentum L is equal to I omega. Children, with this I am concluding my session. Notes of the topic and YouTube video have been uploaded. Just go through it. We will meet in the next session. Till then, take care all of you. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.